before I saw the ball hit the ground. So.
And then you heard the whistles. It seemed like the play.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the play was dead. Just the whistles were blowing, the ball was on the ground, nobody had it, and so, I thought it was a dead play, but whatever.
Where did things go wrong for you guys offensively today, in your view?
I think we just made some, mistakes. The turnovers, never help. The 2 fumbles. Then we get the ball in great field position. We have another fumble. So I think just execution. We didn't do well enough in that category today.
Deacon, have you ever been part of a play like that was so questionable, and in the moment you just thought it was an incomplete pass, and trying to move on from that in the middle of the game and gets overturned? Like, have you ever been part of something like that?
I mean, besides Coop's touchdown.
Right.
But personally, in a play, probably not. But I was just trying to get the next play. Get the huddle together. Get the guys going in case we had to go back out there. I thought we were going to go back out there. Turns out we weren't. But it is what it is.
What was the explanation that you got for it?
I honestly didn't really get one for it. I just, they called it fumble, Michigan ball, and so I was just like, all right, get ready for the next drive.
What were you guys kind of hoping to do offensively tonight? What was the game plan coming in?
Yeah, it was, be able to establish the run game, spread the ball a little bit. Obviously, put up some points. It's the biggest thing for an offense, but I think we just didn't execute our game plan well enough tonight. I think we got caught in some tricky situations. So, yeah.
There's a sequence, you got the ball up there, 38, you got 8 yards of Nico. It looked like you guys took a shot maybe downfield, and then I think you threw incomplete, and then Jazz fumbles in the next play. Can you walk me through? It seemed like roughing the pass to some on the play before, and then the fumble.
So we got through, past Nico on the out route, got about 8, come back with play action. They zoned everything off, so I just throw the ball away. We weren't taking a shot or anything. We had some crossers going on, but they zoned off everything. Got rid of the ball, ended up on the ground. Not my job to make the call, so I'm going to get back up, get in the huddle. Then after that, Jazz, got on the ball, but one play doesn't define a game, so I'm not going to tee off on Jazz or anything like that.
No,
He's a great player.
I just meant that was kind of your opportunity to score.
I agree. Things happen. Obviously, we didn't want that to happen, but it did. So just how responding after that, I guess.
Yeah, momentum-wise, did you guys feel like you had a real opportunity in the second half to get back in it and get some points on the board?
Yeah.
How was the mentality second half?
Yeah, I think, when the defense came out and got that stop on the first drive, we were ready to go as an offense. Obviously, the call kind of changed that after that, but, the biggest thing was just trying to get that momentum back after that drive.
Still a 10-win team. You guys accomplished a lot. How do you kind of process that with tonight in mind as well?
Yeah, I'm going to go hug my mom and see my family. That's how I'm going to process it. Get with the guys tonight, hang out. Just get back to the drawing board. I think we get a couple days off, just the rest of the bodies. And then, get back to it because we got a bowl game to prepare for. So, we got one more opportunity to go out there and play together as a team. And so, we're going to take full advantage of that.
Is it harder when you have a month until that next one, where this is kind of the most recent game for a while that kind of can sit there?
Yeah, I think the break is, a little tricky. But, leaning on the schedule and what the coaches have planned, just going, when practices, when do we have lift? Just, following the schedule, they'll take care of that for us, getting us out of those weird times.
It's a different kind of frame that you guys go through, but it's also an opportunity for you guys to kind of focus on individual performance rather than just get ready for a game, right? So how much do you kind of utilize that opportunity?
I think the first part of bowl prep is, big for development. I'm excited for it. Get back to work, not just game prepping every week, week after week after week. You really get to dive into your footwork, all that stuff, individual, you get a lot more individual time in practice, so, we'll dive into that, get better for the bowl game.
I was going to say, how do you kind of explain that to casual football fans who probably don't understand a lot of the nuances and the differences between game planning, swing-a-week game planning, rather than actually focusing on the skill development?
Yeah, so during the season, you're running a race a Saturday each week. You start off Monday, the coaches have the game plan, you go out and practice, and then, you meet all week, you practice all week, preparing for that game plan. But, you get back to bowl prep where, you get to go against Iowa's defense, run against each other, get a lot of team going. You put full pads back on at some point. So just getting those reps, is crucial, especially for the younger guys too, who get to, who are on the scout team all year. I know I got the same thing at Wisconsin, and it was great for me. So, just the development piece that you could gain throughout bowl prep is huge.
I was saying, Kirk's really alluded to Sebastian's growth last year, just as far as really kind of ascending during that bowl prep, and how much does that really carry over that moment? I don't want to say momentum, it's a little bit over, but you know what I mean, just the skill development, how much does that really translate over to when you actually get back into spring ball and fall
So I
camp
think
and
the
everything?
biggest thing for bowl prep is you kind of get used to the speed of the game. When you're not used to it, you get used to the speed of the game. And then you come back, you go into spring ball expected, you know what to expect. And so, for me, it was, bowl prep's just all about, fine tuning everything. And then you come back for spring ball, and it's, you get to put the pads back on and get ready. But, we're excited for the bowl game. I know that.
How much did
Thank you.
how much did the momentum shift kind of after they went up 17-0 there?
Yeah, obviously they had a lot of momentum there. It's hard to, flip that. I think the defense did a great job all night trying to flip it back to us, but, we just didn't execute as well as we wanted to, so it's just hard to keep it.
It's obviously a really strong team, really
Yeah.
strong defense that you matched up. Did you feel prepared enough going into this game
Yeah.
with such a talented team you're facing?
Yeah, I felt prepared enough. We had our plan. We stuck to it. I thought it was a well planned out. Probably, I missed on a couple throws, wish I had back, but I felt good with the game plan. It was there, so.
You kind of alluded to it already, but what was that game plan going into this one?
Yeah, we knew they were going to be in man. We had to take some isolations, win on some routes. They hopped in a lot of zone tonight, probably a little more than we expected. And so just attacking those zones, when we got the chance was the biggest thing, staying disciplined throughout that.
I think final line, you got 33, 34 throws. Obviously, it appears you would not take that back. Like you would go in with the same game plan of throwing it as much as you did.
Yeah, I would go, I trusted the game plan. Whatever the coaches put in front of me, that's what I'm going to do. And so, if we had another go around of the game tomorrow and they brought the same game plan, I'm going to run the same way.
It's just the defense playing it as well as they did. How hard is it for the locker room, I guess, to just kind of maybe not have that performance lead to a win?
Yeah, I think anytime, especially in this kind of game, when the outcome isn't what you want, you go back in the locker room, you see some sad faces. It's just rough to be around. It's pretty sullen in there. But the biggest thing is just getting back on our feet and moving forward.
You transferred to Iowa last year. What was it that brought you here? And on the flip side, you give that advice to you're not here tampering with transfers. What would you say to someone thinking about it? Maybe I want to come to Iowa.
Yeah, the reason I came here is it's Iowa. Everybody knows who they are. Coach Brian called me. Coach Bud's here. And what I would say to somebody else, from the outside looking in, is this team's a family. A lot of people say that about their teams, but this team is truly a family. I've never been so close to so many of my teammates at the same time. I love this group, more than I ever thought I'd love a team. I've never been more grateful or more prideful to be a part of a team or a program in my life. And so that's what I would say to someone outside looking in.
I know you guys talk a lot about complementary football. How hard is it to win maybe when the football isn't complementary?
Yeah, you try and help out the defense whenever you can. And, complementary football, flip the field, get field position, all that stuff. It's hard when you're just not, helping each other out. Obviously we didn't help out the defense enough today, so.
Is there anything that you feel like you specifically, but the offense as a whole, could have done differently or maybe should have done differently to
Execution.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I know it's super broad, but
Yeah.
it's just execution.
Sure.
That's pretty much it. I wish I could give you a better answer.
Sure.
Not as broad, but execution is just what it comes down to every game. So.
Okay.
You guys
It seemed like there was a lot of shorter passes coming out of you today. Not really much in the way of testing them deep. Is that something that you wanted to do? Is that something that the defense was just giving you that under the entire time?
Yeah, so we game planned to throw the short ball, get the ball out of hands, get it to our receivers. we knew that they were going to be tight on the receivers. And they got some good players out there, so that we knew they were going to be tight on our guys, and so being able to get those, quick outs, quick pitches, get the ball into our receivers' hands so they can make a move and go. That was the biggest thing.
And then on the line, we had DeYoung over there at right tackle instead of Dunker. Did that affect the way the offense was able to accomplish things?
No, I don't think so. Nick's a great player, and I trust him 100%. I know the O-line does too. It's kind of just like whack-a-mole. One person goes down, the next lineman steps up. They've done a great job all year, especially Nick. All those guys just stepping in. I mean, I think Nick's played left guard, right tackle, and so he's done a great job. But yeah, I don't think it changed much.
Couple
More questions for Deacon.
Couple false starts for Nick. Is that just an issue of communication and being loud in there?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
A couple of miscommunications, a couple, maybe heard something, set him off. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess on those fumbles, that a timing thing, just getting the ball out sooner, or what would you chalk those up to?
Yeah, I was throwing the ball, just came out. I'm not looking at the rush, so wherever they're going to be, they're going to be. But yeah, I was just trying to get the ball out, but obviously it didn't happen. So.